So good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 action here on FTRL. It is the penultimate round of the Div 2 season and we are here in the land of the rising sun. It is a round 11 from Japan and the infamous figure of 8 Suzuka circuit. And tonight also some extra racing action coming away. It is the second of our sprint qualifying rounds tonight, so one-shot qualifying about to get underway, shortly followed by a 25% race, which will then dictate the grid for the main race later on this evening. So it looks as if we've got overcast conditions, but dry for qualifying. The race is about to hit the track. And here we go. So a couple of drivers are on the medium tires. Zombie's gone already. I don't think he's even made it to the line. What's happened there? Then heading down towards turn 1 then. And it is Katami's who is arriving at turn 1 first. Trying to get there. Oh my god, everybody. Jumping around all over the place. Goes that way. Oh, Bossman's now gone as well. As Barcelona takes over at the top then on those medium tyres as he goes through the S's. Revving out then up through Dunlop. On board then, stay to the left as we approach the Degners. Degner 1, throw it in over the curve. Use the curve on the outside for Degner 2. And go under the bridge towards the hairpin. Hard on the brakes, down second gear. A little bit of push there from the medium tyres, didn't quite hook up the apex. The speed then starts to build again. This is a long right-hander. Stay tight to the right-hand side. Minimise the distance you go around. Chubbs challenging for pole as they head up towards Spoon Curve. Dip in, drift onto the outside, then come back in for a second apex. And again, drift out, use the curve on the exit, and now start climbing. Speed is building. Kasper's now also gone into a 130R. Flat through there, then pick your braking marker down through the gears into the final chicane. Nice line there through Barcelona. Chubbs jumps back ahead. Sprint to the line, and it is pole position for Barcelona by just, what's that, 0.038 from Chubbs. Casamese and Katz then. And all has second row. The drivers are having their lap times deleted at the end there. They will start down the back of them. So it is Barcelona on pole from Captain Chubbs. Catamese and Katz line up on row 2. Matt Mann, good qualify from him, up in P5 alongside Alex Pixie, then Diego and Aaron 7th and 8th. Callum in 9th, EVG Tom 10th, Zero Tout, Lida Zekin, Daft Chip, Sioni, and then the 3 drivers who retired early on, Kasper, Bossman and Zombie will start down the back for this one. Is qualifying done? Now it's just a small matter of the racing action, and beautiful blue skies greet us for the sprint race. The drivers then preparing their strategies then into the front 2 there, but importantly qualifying on the medium tyre, which means that they can run the alternate strategy to those around them. And here we go then. So, get the details up, see who is running what. So Barcelona on pole position for the sprint race. He is on the medium tyre then, the alternate strategy for the Williams man. Alongside him is Captain Chubbs in the Ferrari. So unlucky last week. We were of course at Kota last week for round 10. Captain Chubbs was the class of the field last week, but safety cars just unfortunately reeled him in. It looked like he might be on his way to claim his first Div 2. I think it's his first Div 2 victory. I don't think he's got one. Should have probably happened last week, but those safety cars, unfortunately for him, costing him what looked like a certain victory. Can he bounce back tonight and finally break that streak? Casamese then goes well here all the time. He is now P3. Alongside him is his teammate, so both has is qualifying really well in that one. They start 3rd and 4th. Matt Mann starts P5 in the McLaren, his best qualifying of the season, I believe. Alongside him is Alex Pixie in the Williams. Diego starts P7, filling in tonight for Michael. Michael and Brutus, of course. Brutus, the championship leader, coming into this one. Both watching the Feyenoord game in the Europa Conference final. Feyenoord Roma, of course. Good luck to Feyenoord. His replacement is P7 alongside Aaron Chucker in the Alfa Romeo. Callum starts P9 in the Mercedes, good qualifying from him. And then EVG Tom starts P10 on the medium tyre as well. So he will go deep into the first part of the 13 laps, of course, this sprint race. Alongside, or just behind him, is his teammate Zero Tau in the second AlphaTauri. And then we find the first of the Aston Martins. It is Linus Eakin filling in for Evil Crystalite. He starts P12 on the medium tyre. Zero Tau's on the soft. Dash Chip starts P13. He's on the soft tyre. He's gone well here in the past, so big things from him. Sione starts P14 on the medium tyre in the second Aston Martin. So both Aston Martins starting on the mediums. Hopefully they won't compromise each other in the race come the pit stops. Carlsberg starts P15 in the Alpine. And we've got Bossman P16 and Zombie bringing up the rear in the second McLaren. Last three all on the soft tyre. Cars are starting to form back up on the grid. We get ready for 13 laps of thrilling action here from Suzuka. Last few cars just getting into place. I was hoping they get in their place quickly. The tyres will be cooling down, especially those medium tyres. Watch for the launch. I was going to say, look, watch for cat launch into P1 from turn 1. Here we go then. Got 4 or 5 red lights and the race is go, and it is a good start from Cat. Is he going to live up to his promise? Can he split the front row? Chubbs has got a better start, however. Oh, somebody's pulled off to the inside there. It's EVG Tom, and Chubbs then leads into turn 1. Katamise is challenging hard. Barcelona down 3 off the line. Poor start from the Williams man. He's now got his teammate tucked in behind him, so it's Ferrari leads 2 Haas, leads 2 Williams. They're the second Ferrari in P6. 2 Ferraris, 2 Haas, 2 Williams in the top 6. And down P7, Mattman's had a poor start, he's down 3, Sione's up 4, he's had a really good start. Both Aston Martins up places then off the line. To sweep around the Dunlop curve for the first time. Captain Chubbs is your leader. And on that ultra strategy, this is a terrible camera angle. Codemasters, what are you doing? What was that? Because he gets overtaken by Diego, then through the Degners. Barcelona starting to come back, the Williams and the Ferrari battling hard. But Diego has got that position gained, so good job from him. Yellow flag further back. Who is that? Zero Tau spinning out the hairpin, possibly. Somebody's had some drama. Zombie's also being held up. Callum's also, VSC deployed. So somebody's had a drama further back. Who was it? It is Zero Tau. He's got no front wing, unfortunately. Now they're a zombie, so they may have come together. What about Callum? He dropped a couple of places there. Seems to have his wing intact. Bossman has a couple of places. EVG Tom, who serving a qualifying ban, but due to the number of retirements, he got further up, so he pulled off at the start. And a couple of places back up. That's at 1, Casper's at 4. Into the pits, in comes Katamise then, using the VSC to get his pit stop done. This could be a very, very clever move from him then. He'll be able to follow his lead. Yes, Halsper's in. Daft Chip's in as well, using the VSC. It's a cheap pit stop, they will save some time. And we've got some Zombie, Callum, and Zero Tau all in. So Callum might have picked up some damage. Made it back to the pits now. They'll be getting their pit stops out of the way. On lap 2 under the VSC. A couple of cars in strife on lap 1. Zombie and Zero Tau both losing their front wings. VSC still out on track. And we are racing again then. Away we go. No drive-through penalties. That's good. Well done, everybody. Chubbs then. And then, yellow flag 6-1. Who is that? And a Zombie down at turn 1, is it? Yep. Out of the pits, straight into a drama. Seems to have got away with it though, and he's on his way again. Oh, Chubbs on the curve. That looked very sideways for a moment there. The Ferrari ran pushing hard. Trying to build an advantage then over Nexus Cats, who's now finding himself in P2 after his teammate decided to use the VSC to pit. He's got 10 seconds of clear track ahead of him. Now on those medium tyres, all the drivers that stopped are now on the mediums. So Katami's Kasper, Daft Chip, may have also some drama. He's dropped back behind Callum there, so not quite sure what's happened. DRS has now been enabled. And Diego and then Alex Pixie subsequently taking the fastest lap, then Matman taking the fastest lap, then AVG Tom takes the fastest lap. I think that was all to do where they restarted. Katz meanwhile has closed in on Chubbs then. And pulled away from Barcelona. That goes past Callum through 130R further back. Battle for the lead though. Let's look at this battle here. AVG Tom trying to go around the outside of the Aston Martin through the S's. It's going to get tight, they're going to come together, they are. And around goes the AlphaTauri into the gravel. It was a brave move, it was a bold move. Try and do it through the S's. Unfortunately, cars have just come together and AVG Tom is spinning into the gravel. Contact with Linus Egan, unfortunately. So, all the hard work has been undone. That's Diego having a big snap there as he comes out of the hairpin, trying to get the power down. Chasing after Barcelona, who meanwhile is closing back in on Katz a little bit, who's now just lost a little bit of time to Chubbs again. They go back up to 0.8 of a second. That should be the nature of the part of the track that they're on. And then going up the straight. Starts to close that gap down again a little bit. That's Pixie coming back at Diego as well. Towards 130R. Is he going to be close enough for a move? Not this time, but he might fancy it out of the 130R. Goes up the inside. And ahead again as they go into the braking zone for the chicane. Great move there from Alex. Back up to P4. And Diego's got a little bit wide there at the chicane. Fastest lap to Chubbs, followed taken by Katz. Into the pits has come Diego. Ferrari man getting off of those tyres. Chose not to do it under the safety car, or the VSC, sorry. Well, let's see where he comes out relative to Katami's. Katami's is coming down the start-finish straight now. Diego's still in the pit lane then, so Katami's there. That's a gain. Well, he was ahead of Diego anyway. Kasper takes the fastest lap away meanwhile. He is just coming down the start-finish straight as Diego is exiting pit lane, and Diego has just come out ahead of him. So Diego out in 12th, Kasper right behind him, having already made his stop there, but Katami's is the one to watch now. He might have played a strategic blinder here. Bossman and Linus Egan now together. Bossman had a drama in qualifying. Can't see him move into the hairpin as he's down the inside. Linus Egan shutting the door in his face though. Bossman then catches a bump, which runs a little bit wide on exits. So Linus Egan gets a bit of a gap, pulls away. Yellow flag further back. Who or what is that? I think it's Zombie at turn 1 again. Yeah, the McLaren man's had another drama. So struggling a bit with turn 1 and 2 at the moment. Not quite got the balance right so far. Staying on board with this battle. Meanwhile up front, the gap is now over a second for the race lead. So Chubbs has got the hammer down. Going to pull away. He's got the benefit of those more durable medium tyres though. Yellow flag again in sector 1. It's Zombie again at Dunlop this time. The leaders streak down, Darren Trucker into the pits this time around them. Going to touch there from the house. He gets the power down through the S as we go. Barcelona now closing in again. Katz has pulled that gap in a little bit to Chubbs. Aaron not going to have Katz. And Diego and Kasper, meanwhile, are side by side down the start finish straight. Kasper's going to get the move done into turn 1. Through he goes. And that is now P11 for him. Aaron has just filtered in just behind them, but ahead of his teammate. He did pit under that VSC, but must have picked up some wing damage, I think. He lost places to Callum, who was behind him. So I think Daft Chip maybe got some wing damage in that opening lap. There you go, still glued to the back of Kasper's. These two aren't finished. Further forwards, EVG Tom is on the back of Cat, recovering after his spin. Now these two had a coming together last week. Hopefully there won't be a repeat this time around. Cummings of course has made his pit stop. EVG Tom has not. He started on the medium tyre, but his strategy has been compromised by that spin. Looking quick still. Head up them towards 130R. EVG Tom into the slipstream. Is he going to pop out in time for a move to 130R? Not quite close enough. Into the pits comes Barcelona. Tom thinks about a move into the chicane. Oh, just tags the back of the Hazard. That's super close. So they go through the chicane. And Tom bails off and into the pits he comes. So he's going for the pit stop. Barcelona getting off of his medium tyres onto the softs. But he's going to lose out to Casamies as he is. The Cat goes through. Calsper takes the fastest lap of the race. Where is he? He's coming down the start finish right now. There he is. So he's behind Barcelona, but has closed that gap down substantially. GG Tom now onto the soft tyre as well. Does Chubbs respond to the pit stop by Barcelona? Barcelona's got a bit of clear track, so he's not been held up. He's not under pressure either. 2 seconds behind to Calsper. He's got 2 seconds ahead to Cat. So Cat is the one we need to watch. Now Cat's gap, well, Barcelona's gap to Chubbs was close. Oh, Daft Chip's gone. In the SS, is that going to be a safety car? It is, and that is definitely going to benefit Captain Chubbs. That is exactly what Captain Chubbs is going to wanted to see. He can now make his pit stop, and he should retain the lead of the race, because I fully expect everybody behind him to follow suit and get their pit stop done. So Katami's strategy has probably just been ruined by that safety car. Zombies in the pits. Does Chubbs peel off? He does indeed. The race leader is in. Cats is going to follow suit. Get off those soft tyres. That's Pixie. In he comes. Matman's going to follow him. Matman going really well so far. And Bossman's got a penalty there. In comes Sioni. Bossman in. He is. Lindeziken building a little bit of a gap to his teammate then, but follows him in. Now, where does Cat filter out then? Chubbs is on his way down pit lane again. He's at the end of the pit lane. Where is Casamies? He's coming out the final corner. Is he going to get P2? I think he is. So Chubbs is back on track. Cats has come out in second, then Casamies out in third. And Barcelona fourth. So Cat and Casamies have changed places. Barcelona stays fourth. Big winner in that is definitely Calsper. From the back of the grid, he's now fifth. Diego's still in sixth then, so it's not... It's shuffled about the same. Matman seemed to have lost that a little bit there. That's probably whereabouts he was, to be fair, so... Not too different from cars catching up to the safety car now through the S's, and it is the Aston Martin safety car this week. Callum back in for a fresh set of tyres. And we are behind the safety car. So what's going on in the FTRL world at the moment? We'll take this break to just fill you in. Well, nothing up on the ACC front at the moment. Once again, the game base for the console version just isn't great at the moment, so anybody who is interested in joining our ACC league, please do get in touch with our ACC page or contact the main FTRL page, which is @_FTRL_. Div 1, of course, has already come to a close for this season. Tico claiming his third championship. We've got 2 races to go in Div 2, this one included, of course. Next week, the season rounds off at Red Bull Ring, and that will be our final race on F1 2021. A new game due at the start of July, so new era of Formula 1 coming to FTRL. If you'd like to get involved in our F1 seasons, season 20 on the 2022 game, please do get in touch with us. GT7 continues to be a bugbear in terms of the lobbies. However, we have announced this week we are going back to GT Sports for a exhibition type season, a Champions Cup, no less. More details coming soon, but FTRL action coming back to GT Sport while we wait for the custom lobbies on GT7 to be sorted so that we can go racing on the new game finally. But yeah, we are returning to GT Sport for one more season. Details will be announced fully shortly, expecting over the weekend, maybe early next week. So a foray back onto the game that's been an integral part of FTRL now for 2-3 years. There's more action to come from that then, so we are not done just yet. Yeah, the basic concept is championship winning cars will compete against each other for one last ride. And, Tom and Pagani going at it once again to try and claim another title. Can Aaron claim another title? Will it be somebody else's turn? Will it be my turn? Probably not. It's not going to be my turn, let's be honest. The cars then continue to trundle around behind the safety car. We are on lap 8 of 13. Now I imagine, I'm still waiting for Zombie to catch us. So Zombie's just coming out the final corner now. The other cars were just going under the bridge. Now Zombie might catch them on this lap, so he might return racing. That chip sat on the sidelines for the rest of this one, and he will start at the back then for the main race. Chips continue to lead them round, say round at Spoon Corner. And are we going to see the safety car peel off this lap? The answer is possibly not. So no, there we go. Yeah, just as I say that, in it comes. So the safety car is coming in this time. We are about to resume racing. Chubbs then will take over, dictating the pace. Now what can Katz and Katamis do? Now they're both on the medium tire. Chubbs now on the soft, so he's going to have grip instantly. And Chubbs pulls the trigger, and away he goes, out of the chicane. It's a good time to restart there. Gives himself a nice launch. Of course, there will be no DRS for 2 laps then, so we're basically going to get about 2 laps worth of DRS at the end of this one. Racing resumes on lap 9 of the sprint race. Ferrari leading into the first car, going on that curve there. It's getting me worried. Anybody making a move on the first lap? He's just caught the back of the pack as the racing resumed. So the field back together again. 2 penalties in there. Bossman and Diego both got track limits penalties. Diego currently P6, Bossman P11. The yellow flag further back up with 0 Tau. It's gone through the S's. Into the hairpin and comes your race leader. Kat's giving chase. Katamis just looking back a little bit at the minute. Got Barcelona not far behind him. And Kalsper's there as well. He's been the big mover. There you go, doing well in P6. Alex Pixie just behind him. We've got Macman P8, Sioni P9, and Aaron P10. Bossman just behind him. Then Lena Zeeken and EVG Tom. So these two have already come together once. Hopefully we might have a repeat. And that's Tom looking to find a way through once again. Closing between Katamis and Barcelona. Not close enough this time though, coming at 130. Are anybody close enough for a move? Who was that making a move there? That was Lena Zeeken and EVG Tom. Tom down the inside again. They're coming together again. These two have already hit together once. Banging wheels down the straight. Oh dear me. It's all getting very rough and ready here. But I think EVG Tom has got the move to what Lena Zeeken powering down the outside there side by side. Well, what is this camera angle? Into 1 and Lena Zeeken has to get it. Oh no, he tries to hang around the outside, always drops it on the outside of 2. 4 tyre drift, gathers it up on his way again, but wowee. Banger racing there between these two. They've already come together once, and Tom this time not taking no for an answer. Through he goes, and up to P12. Now Callan coming back at him, Zombie. A little bit further back then. And 0 Tau after his spin on his way again. Chubbs, meanwhile, continues to lead. Oh, has Lena Zeeken got an issue? Because Callum has just gone through. Oh, is that just a good move from Callum? Might have just been a good move from Callum, actually. Meanwhile, lead is now 1.2 seconds for Captain Chubbs. Well on his way. Katz, though, keeping him honest. Katamis now starting to block the pack slightly. We've got Barcelona, Kalsper, Diego, Alex Pixie all in a train behind Katamis, Macman, and Sioni, and Aaron Trucker, and Bossman coming as well. All aboard the Katamis train. He's definitely not running 1-1 wings tonight. DRS is going to be enabled in this lap. Barcelona right on the rear wing of that Haas. DRS has been re-enabled. Katamis trying to break the slipstream down the straight. Barcelona tucks in. Further back, Diego and Alex Pixie. Alex Pixie to the outside, down the start finish straight. Diego defends the inside and retains the position for now. But Alex signal of intent as well. Barcelona not able to find a way through. There's a cat held him off. So Barcelona just quicker than he's on the soft tyre, of course, as well. There's a yellow flag further back. Who is that? That is Linus Zeeken in strife. On his way again now, though. Train continuing. Diego and Alex have just dropped to the back a little bit after that squabble through turns 1 and 2. So we can't continue to back the pack up. I don't think it'll be long before they're back in the hunt. In fact, Diego's already there, so Cat is definitely backing the pack up at the moment. Oh, let's Diego off into the wall! Loses traction out the hairpin, and unfortunately the Ferrari's man race ends early. He'll be starting P16 for the main race then. That's a big shame for him. One God, all Cat's so slow out of spoon there. Barcelona almost to the back of him. They come up the hill. Carlsberg's trying to bite his. Academy goes to the inside as Barcelona go all the way around the outside. He's got the straight line speed, banging wheels as they come to 130 around the outside. He goes, Carlsberg gets forced off the track. But through goes Barcelona. He's got it done. Chubb sets the fastest lap of the race. The lead now 2.2 seconds. Cat trying to come back at Barcelona. They'll have the DRS. And we're just seeing some games from Cat here. Through he goes then. Drags back past down the start finish straight. Barcelona then. Yeah, it's going to have to be careful. Now got Carlsberg attacking him. Natman and Sioni have kind of joined the party. Who's that? It's Alex Pixie going backwards, losing. Oh, he's got wing damage. Alex Pixie's got some wing damage from somewhere. And Natman and Sioni go through. Aaron, Bossman and EVG Tom are there. Yeah, Alex thinks just have to let them get. Oh, Aaron Trucker's almost off the track. Alex getting a Bossman down the inside. EVG Tom's going to get through. Alex getting out of the way. Big shame for him there. He's on for a strong result as well. Oh, and that's into the wall against Bossman. Out of the Degner 2, under the bridge, into the wall. He's kept the car in one piece, but he's lost his front wing, unfortunately. Oh, that's a big shame for him. Shuffle further forwards. Carlsberg got ahead of Barcelona, so I don't know whether Barcelona's got some damage. Carlsberg's maybe just made a move. Big shame for the Red Bull man. Here now comes Matman on Barcelona. Is Barcelona in some sort of trouble? Carlsberg's pulling away. EVG Tom getting the move on, and Aaron further back. Aaron's wide out of 130R. Ooh, that's Sioni on the grass there, trying to get around the outside of Matman. That was an ill-advised place. Tom switching back out the hairpin, out the chicane, sorry, and gets the traction off the corner, and through he goes. Great move. They've all got DRS. Aaron Trucker thinks about a move on Sioni. Sioni thinks about a move on Tom. Sioni's on the curb, he's on the dirt, and wide he goes, and through goes Aaron. Yeah, just ran out onto the dirty part of the track there, and just pulled him wide, couldn't get the turn in. And Aaron gets through, and Sioni down to 9th. Barcelona's, he must have damage. He must have damage from that altercation with Cat. Because Matman's now through, and now EVG Tom on the attack. We're on the final lap of the sprint race. Barcelona, I think it's damage limitation here. Callum's now just gone past Alex Pixie as well. He's just trying to struggle onto the end. Bossman's in the pits. Down the inside of Barcelona at the hairpin. Oh, contact between Tom and Barcelona. Aaron Trucker's up the inside now as well. Tom there with a move, but couldn't get it stopped and took them both wide. And the Alfa Romeo almost bought into that, not able to get through. But up front, he's had it pretty much all his own way in this one, as he did last week in the early part of the race at Kota. But out of the final chicane, then the sprint race winner is going to be Captain Chubbs. So extra points on the board and pole position for the main race. Katz is going across the line. P2, great job from him. Cat as well, after that intense battle, hangs on for the podium in the sprint race. Carlsberg will get P4. Matman going to get P5. EGB Tom P6. Barcelona ends up P7, just ahead of Aaron. Callum has just pipped Sioni on the final lap as well. Alex Pixie jumps Sioni, who had a penalty, I believe. So the crosses line in P12, then a Zeeken for that big slide. Crosses the line in P13 for him. Zero Tau. He's going to start P14 for the main race. Had that spin after the restart there. Bossman then. Big shame for him. He was on for a decent result in the sprint race there for a moment, but unfortunately not able to hang on to it, and into the wall, damage his wing. Carlsberg then gets driver of the day for the sprint race, coming from the back of the grid up to P4. Really solid job from him. But Chubbs then gets the win in the sprint race. Can he now do it when it matters most in the main race? So we'll call that a half victory. It's half a race. Champagne flies. Let's move this along, because we have got some results to do and a main race to come then. So Chubbs wins the sprint race from P2 on the grid. Cats, great job from him, up to P2. Katowice P3. Carlsberg from 15th finishes P4. Matman, best result of the season for him, P5. EVG Toms comes through to P6. Barcelona ends up P7. Aaron Trucker 8th, Callum 9th, Alex Pixie rounding out the top 10 with Sione, Zombie, Linezekin, Zero Tau and Bossman the final finishers. The two retirements were Diego and Daft Chip. Now then, we prepare for the main race there. Yes, as I suspected, it did look like some damage occurred at that incident at 130R, which hobbled Barcelona. Right then, so settings, load the settings. Yes. Weekend structure, qualifying off first random custom grid, position long grid editor. Right, so pole position going to Mr. Captain Chubbs. He will start this one on pole. Alongside him will be Nexus Cats. Katowice, who threatened to take the lead at the start there, but just couldn't find his way through. He will start P4. Carlsberg will start P5. P4, sorry. P5 will be Matman. Right. Then we've got EVG Tom, who, despite that spin and the fierce altercation with Linezekin, came through for P6. Barcelona now will be pretty much champion-elect with his nearest rival missing. He'll start P7. 8th goes to Aaron Trucker. Ninth is Callum, and then Alex rounding out the top 10. P11 goes to Sione. And P12 was Zombie. P13 was Linezekin. 14 was Zero Tau. 15 was Bossman. Diego's spot P16 and Dash is P17. Right, good to go. Confirm. Right, just let the troops know we're good to go, and racing action part 2. And racing action part 2 about to commence. It is the main race then. Remind everybody to remember to put their setups on, because the amount of people that forget to put their setups on after a custom grid. So no excuses, everybody's had a message. Fingers crossed they all read it. Yes, yeah, Tom there really through. Yes, I thought as soon as you pulled off, I was like, what happened there? But yeah, I remember this with everybody's retirements. It didn't really work out as intended. And we're about to go now. Of course, everybody will now get a free tyre choice for this one. So let's see who's going for what. Who's going to try the alternate strategy, or are we going to wait for a safety car and expect a safety car and go for the aggressive strategy, starting on the soft tyre? Drivers then about to reveal their choices to the world. Here we go, finally. Right. 21 seconds to go. I got 21 seconds to go. What a tune that was. Anybody know of any other bangers? I'm not going to sing them because I can't sing. Cat's making a weird noise. Better not throw up on the carpet. Don't you dare. No, stop it. Interesting. So Chubb is in the wrong car. This is by the by the right tyres, and who's gone on what then? Captain Chubb's then starting on pole in the black Ferrari on the medium tyre. This time Nexus Cat's alongside him on the front row. He's on the hard tyre, interestingly now. He's the only driver on the hard tyre, so he's banking on there not being a safety car clearly and going along. Let's see how that works out for him. Katami has gone aggressive at the start. He's on the soft tyre from P3. Calspert starts P4. He's on the mediums. Matman P5. He's on the soft tyre. EVG Tom is P6. He's on the soft tyre as well. Barcelona starts P7. He's on the medium tyre. Aaron Trucker P8. He's on the soft tyre. Callum starts P9. He's on the soft tyre. Alex Pixie is P10 on the medium tyre. Who was that? Facing the wrong way at the top of the S's there. I wasn't quite sure. Oh, Katz has disqualified himself. Was it him? I think it was the Red Bull, who's now dropped right to the back of the line. Also, what's going on here? Sione starts P11. He's on the medium tyre in the lead Aston Martin. Zombie is P12. He's on the softs. Then we find Leonard Zekin in 13th. He's on the medium tyre as well. So both Astons again on the medium tyre. Zero Talent starts P14. He's on the soft tyre. Bossman is P15 on the soft tyre. He's had a drama somewhere on the sighting lap. So he's at the back. Diego starts P16. He's on the medium tyre. And Daft Chip is back here. Who's that with him? Is that Callum? So some drivers having some dramas here on the formation lap. They are quite way off the back of the pack at the minute. Get around them. Nexus Cat said that's not what Nexus Cat wanted. Nexus Cat's on the hard tyre, remember, so they're going to be very, very cold. Well, your timing is impeccably bad, though, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, you have missed out on the opportunity to race. But hopefully they'll have you back next week for the final round. At least we know you've got it sorted for next week. Drivers then coming back round to the grid. Captain Jules Fant seeing a change of livery in the hope that it'll bring him that victory then. Nexus Cats sat on the grid already on very cold, hard tyres. Dear me. Well, start practicing for a Red Bull Ring now, mate. Drivers starting to form up on the grid. A couple of stragglers still coming around. Some people have some dramas on this lap. The Suzuka circuit particularly tricky. Undulating and a lot of direction changes. There's S's as well. Beautiful to drive on like GT Sport, but a bit of a handful on F1. Final drivers then coming around. Daft Chip just making his way to the back of the grid now. And we are about to go racing. 27 laps ahead of us. Grid is formed. Drivers are ready up. Here we go then. Go on board so we can see the lights. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And the Japanese Grand Prix feature race is go. Good start from Cal again. Paulson's had a good start as well. Can he shut the door? Not this time. Cat trying to get alongside on the run after turn 1. Is he up the inside? He is. Can they get through a turn 1 together? The side-by-side Cat there takes the lead. Chubbs getting run off the circuit. Even Chubbs at a good start. He's up to 3rd. Not quite able to find a way through. Yellow flag further back. Sioni's dropped down the order. And Zombie as well. I think they've possibly had some drama at turn 1, but Cat gets the lead this time. Chubbs down to P2. EVG Tom had picked off 3 at the start. A great start then for the AlphaTauri. Head up towards the Degners for the first time. Yellow flag in the sector. It's Alex Pixie. Now had a drama in the S's. That chip up 5 places then. And EVG Tom on the attack then of Captain Chubbs into the hairpin on lap 1. No way through. I think Alex is having another drama trying to get going again. Those tyres are probably a little bit hot at the minute. Just needs to take it easy for a couple of corners. EVG Tom looking at the inside there. Switches to the outside of Chubbs as they head up towards Spoon. Oh, Chubbs gives him a big squeeze. Hanging on to P2 for now, then coming back now Academies as they head then up the hill towards 130R. We go back over the bridge, complete the figure of 8 into 130R for the first time. Guys just spreading out a little bit now, then braking for the chicane, and lap 1 then is pretty much in the books. Academies leads, and he said he's going to do it in the sprint race, didn't find a way through, but his teammate was a little bit more open. I think through this time though. Tom up the inside of Chubbs, down the start finish straight. He's just got better traction off the corner, and into P2 he goes. So 2 soft tyre runners up to the first, and that is Katz and Barcelona as well. Barcelona making the move on Katz around turn 1. Diego into the pits at the end of the first lap. Was he possibly involved in one of those incidents further back? And now look at the battle for the lead. EVG Tom latching onto the back of Academies and already looking for a way through. In between the Degners, no way through there. Chubbs and Kalsper going with, and Barcelona closing in as well. Tom's having really good punch out the corners at the minute, not able to find a way through though. Seems to have better traction than Cat as well. Definitely have better traction than Chubbs. That's probably just down to the tyres. Oh, up the inside. What a move from Tom that is. If he could get it done. Oh, they're going to come together at the corner. Through he goes. Cat's got. Oh, there's contact. Front wing to rear wheel, but Tom gets the lead. And you've got 5 then for the lead as they head up towards 130R for the second time. Then Academies' resistance has been broken already. Yet a flag further back. Who or what is that? It's Bossman, I think, coming off a Spoon. Cat coming back at Tom then, around 130R into the braking zone for the chicane. Tom hangs on to the lead. Cat signalling with 10. No DRS on this lap, of course. It'll be reactivated this time. They've got this stupid camera angle. Barcelona taking the fastest lap. Where is the AlphaTauri? There is the AlphaTauri on the right hand side. Cat retakes the lead into turn 1. So the Hasman not done yet. They sweep through the S's. Bossman into the pits. Picked up some damage after his little moment. Up through Dunlop curve we go. Has leads once again, but EVG Tom right on the back of him again. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, Katz is at the moment. He was in P6, just off the back of this train, but he is now dropped down to P11, so lost about 5 places there. Bossman's got onto the intermediate tyre. I don't think he wants that. And it's a bold call. Not gonna lie, I don't think there's any rain coming. Not at the minute, anyway. That might be a slip of the thumb. Tom looking to make that move again into Spoon, but not close enough this time. Cat will hang on. Tom went a little bit wide there, and that's now put him on the back foot. He's now got Chubbs on the rear wing, attacking. And all this battling is just letting Matman start to ease off the back. That gap was 2 seconds, now 1.5. Heading up towards 130R. Tom pulls out, then Chubbs pulls out as well. Into the 130R we go. Chubbs pulls to one side. He's now alongside EVG Tom. Oh, Kalsper's gone for a move on Chubbs. Gets it stopped. I think he was trying to defend for Barcelona. Well, and the train continues behind Catamies. Matman is now there. Into the pits has gone Barcelona. Has he got damage? The championship leader, up is the new championship leader. Now, when he Cat defending the inside, Tom's going to go all the way on the outside. He's on the dirty bit. Oh, wow. Tom did a superb job there to hang on to that, because I thought he was about to get run onto the green bit that we saw Linazek and Sioni, wasn't it? He caught it in the last race. Just got pushed and just pushed wide on the dirty bit of track. But he's so much quicker than Cat at the minute. We've got a train again. There's a Mapman's now with this train. And now Trucker's trying to bridge the gap. Callum's up to sell. Daft got again at Dunlop. And safety car. Safety car is out on lap 4. And unfortunately, Daft Chip's race is over at the Dunlop corner. So it's a double DNF for the Alfa Romeo man, unfortunately. So the Alfa Romeos, as he prefers to be called. So not been his night. I think he's had a good result here before as well. So it's a shame for him. And his night, unfortunately, has ended early. Bossman is back in the pit lane. Onto the medium tyres this time. So yeah, there you go. Got the right tyres on this time. The good news is he will be out before the leaders get there, so he can rejoin the back of the pack and not be a lap down. He's exiting pit lane now. I imagine some of the leaders will make a pit stop here. Camis is in. Tom's going to carry on. Trucker will carry on, obviously, as will Calspert. Mapman is in, though. Trucker's in. Callum's in. So they are all on the soft side at the minute. They're going to go to the mediums, you would imagine. What's going on? Using tyres for Callum. Yeah, now Katz is in as well. He's going to get off of those hard tyres. You imagine he'll go into the mediums here. Interestingly, Nazika has gone onto the hard tyre. And I think his teammates following suit. Yeah, so both Aston Martins going onto the hard tyre. Medium tyres for the AlphaTauri. Barcelona, having pitted for the hard, is going to come back in again and go on to, imagine, the mediums from here. Yep, medium tyres then for the Williams. And he's on his way again then. So just the one driver now left on those soft tyres is our race leader, G Tom. Might he regret not making that stop? We shall see. One way to go in this one. I imagine there might be another safety car yet. Fortunately, Daft Chip has been responsible for 2 now in 2 races. So not the Alfa Romeo man's night. Then pack starting to reform. Spoon corner, so pack a little bit strong out, so I imagine there'll be this one more lap behind the safety car. So yeah, one more lap at least behind the safety car. Still comes to 130R. Finish with them to start lap 6 behind the safety car still. However, the field is starting to form back up again, so should go racing again at the end of this lap. Got Zombie, Barcelona and Diego coming around now. Bossman is at Spoon corner, so he's about half a lap behind still, but it's quite a high speed part of the lap, so he should catch up this lap. Fingers crossed. Gone forward then for a reduced speed lap of the beautiful Suzuka circuit here. These S's, the thrilling challenge for the drivers. Not great for overtaking, as Tom found out earlier, trying to make his move around the outside of a different Aston Martin, not the safety car. And of course, there's the infamous big wheel. A very iconic shot here at Suzuka. This is the Dunlop curve. This is where Daft Chip crashed out, so whether or not he caught the grass on the outside, perhaps, spun, or maybe just lost the back on the traction of the car. We'll get quite light there going over the crest. Degner 1 and Degner 2, which is a reasonably good overtaking opportunity. So a couple of people make moves out of here. We've also seen a couple of people go into that wall there on the right. Bossman being one of them in the sprint race. And then to the hairpin we go. So everybody together, and Bossman just coming through Dunlop now, so he'll be with us shortly, which means we should resume racing next time around. Then lap 7 should see racing action resume. So those in the chat, any predictions? Who's going to win this one? I forgot to ask, to be honest. Who do we fancy for this one then? A front three have not pitted. Neither has Alex Pixie in P10. Everybody else has pitted, so there's more than likely going to be at least one more safety car, you would imagine. But I can stand to be corrected. Are we about to go racing this time? The answer is... no, we're not. Interestingly. Alright, so... oh, no, but that's a very late call. Very late call then, but we are about to resume racing, so Tom backs the pack up. And you'd imagine he'll go right after the chicane, so he'll have to let the safety car, you can see back in the pack right up here. Gets to the chicane, what's happening further back? Somebody's gone flying forwards. Tom's chosen not to go straight at the bin. Is he going to... interesting strategy here, he's going to make them wait as long as he can. Now he goes, away he goes. Pulls the trigger. And Katamis has jumped ahead of Kalsper immediately. So whether or not she should have taken that place, I'm not sure. But Katamis up to third immediately. And as he can go past Alex Pixie, next is Kat's going down the order again. Has he gone off somewhere? Is he wide? I think he might have been wide. Zombie's off at the well on the outside of turn 2 again. He's struggling in those first couple of corners tonight. A good restart from Tom there. He obviously got the late call, so we couldn't really back the pack up as much as he maybe wanted to before to get him run out of the chicane. Instead, he waited till the last possible second to pull the pin. He's got himself a handy lead though, pulling away from Chubbs, who's got Katamis on the attack, but Katamis has got Kalsper behind him. He just got mugged a little bit at the restart there. His pants pulled down. Next is Kat's getting a penalty for track limits. It's a shame after he had a really good race one, sprint race. Finds himself down in P15 after another drama. Kalsper, he has not yet pitted. The cat is on the hard tyre, however, and the medium tyres on Kalsper should be fairly fresh still. Oh, is there a Towns of the drama somewhere, I think, at Spoon. Just lost a couple of places there. Let's go in again. Pixie and Leonard Z can change in places into 130R. That's Alex Pixie up to P8 then, so the two Aston Martins tucked in behind him, both of them on the hard tyre. They're going to the end. Barcelona going past Diego, is he? Yes, he is. Back out of Diego. Diego coming back at him. On to the start-finish straight. Barcelona must have got some damage on that opening lap. He pitted early and pitted again. Finds himself down in P12 now. Brutus not likely to be here next week, or making noises that he might not be here next week. He is seemingly a clear run to the title for Barcelona. We shall see what's going on further forward. Oh, Zombie's retired, unfortunately. I don't think he's been enjoying himself tonight. Oh, Kalsper sends it on Cat. Cat gets pushed into the gravel. Sideways on for the Haas. Rejoining Soros, but Matman gets through as well. And I think he's had another drama as he further back. He's lost another place. Callum and Alex Pixie now side by side as well. And there's Cat, I think, had a moment. Huge slide there for the Haas. Really want to save that. That could have ended up a lot worse for him. Callum now under attack from Captain Pixie. Alex Pixie. Captain Chubbs, however, is on the attack of the race leader. Now, are those soft tyres going away? Because Chubbs is thinking about a move. Alex Pixie's got the move done on Callum through 130R. Let's look at the other Mercedes at the minute. But now, Chubbs is starting to make eyes at the race leader. Fastest lap of the race from the Mercedes. Kalsper now clearing third. Matt up to P4. Having a really good run, Matt. And he is the first driver who has pitted. So Matman is suddenly in a very, very strong place here. He does like Suzuka. Trucker behind him, then Katamis has had that drama. He's ruffled a few feathers there, so it was a forceful move on Kalsper. They two came together in the sprint race. Kalsper getting run off the track. And I think that may have been eye for an eye. We shall see. Alex Pixie making moves, and he had the dramas on the opening lap. In the first race, he's up to P7. pretty much where he was in the sprint race before it all went wrong for him. Now on the back of Casimi's. Oh, Callum having a twitch there as well. See the cars there losing that traction. That's where we saw Diego spin in the sprint race. Lost the back there on the traction, so there's a bit of a bump there. It just seems to be catching the cars out as they try and get the power down. Bossman's recovery, we've seen him split the Aston Martins. So he's now ahead of Sioni, just behind Ledezikin. Barcelona now on the back of Sioni. Diego and Nexus Cats as well coming with him. So they're trying to find their way through again up front. Chubbs making eyes at the race leader. I think Tom's tyres have passed their best. He's carrying on his way though. DRS is now enabled. Here comes the Mercedes down the start finish straight to the inside. Tom doesn't fight it, and Chubbs takes the lead of the race for the first time since turn 1 of lap 1. Bossman also making the move on Ledezikin for P9. And so Chubbs hits the front then. Kalsper now trying to close that gap down. A bit of a gap back into Matman. He's now got Aaron all over the back of him. Now this is the battle for the net race lead, because the front three have yet to stop. A long way to go in this. We're only on lap 10 of 27. Oh, yellow flag. Who's that? It's Bossman. I've just got that move done on Ledezikin. He's going out. 1-0 Tau's gone as well. And a VSC called. And a full safety car called. So Bossman spins and Zero Tau is in the wall. At the S's, unfortunately, so his race is done. Now it's a godsend for the EVG Tom, because he'll now, I imagine he will make his stop now. What does Chubbs do? Because it's too early for him to go to soft tyres. Does he go for the hards? He started the medium tyres. This is not in his window, really. So he might even stay out here, you know. We shall see. Let's see them. They're coming around into the chicane now. I'm fully expecting the AlphaTauri to peel off here. What does the Mercedes do? The Mercedes pits. So front two are in. Casper as well. And Matman, you imagine, will stay out here. He will. So Matman's going to take over now at the front of the race. Tyres they go onto Tom onto the medium tyre, obviously Chubbs onto the hards, yep, and Kalsper as well. So that's all they could really do. Now they're just going to pray for another safety car, but Chubbs having Ledezikin, interestingly, has gone onto the soft tyre. Now that's ambitious to get to the end from there. Bossman's in as well. He triggered the VSC. Has he got his front wing? The answer is no. He does not. So he triggered the VSC, and then Zero Tau behind him went into the wall even harder. Around about a bit further back, wasn't it? It was probably around about Ledezikin. So I think he went off at the first part here. So I think he went off on the outside of this part. Yeah, the wall's quite close there. I think it's likely he's gone to the wall there, unfortunately. That's what brought an end to his race. Bossman on his way. New nose, fresh set of medium tyres. Goes to the back of the pack again. And we will be on all together. McLaren leading the race. Is this Matman's day? Did say he does like Suzuka, so a really strong race pace in the first. It's a good pace in the race here as well. So well, Matman so far. I hope you have a good result this season. A really good result, anyway. Some good results, but not some great results. That's maybe what he's going for. One more lap while Ledezikin and what's going on there? Ledezikin had a moment. Going again. But we're going to drama somewhere. As Bossman catching up as well. And the leader's coming down towards turn 1. We're on lap 12 now of 27, so approaching half race distance. Running order then as follows behind the safety car. Matman is your race leader from Aaron Truckett. Katamis is third. Alex Pixie is fourth, but has not yet pitted. Callum is P5. Sioni P6. Barcelona's P7. Diego's P8. Nexus Cats is P9. Chubbs is P10. AVG Tom P11. Kalsper is P12. And the Zika is 13th. And Bossman is 14th. And the final runner. We are under the safety car after the retirement of Zero Towers Alpha Tauri. We've already lost Zombie. He retired in the pits, and Daft Chip, who brought out the first safety car, crashing out at the Dunlop corner, which is the one they're just coming up to now, earlier on. So, 2 crashes at the same corner. Unfortunately, not his night, not his corner. So, with everybody back together, we should get racing again at the end of this lap. Hopefully the safety car notification will come out a little bit earlier, so Matman can choose his moment to go. It was a little bit late on the call last time. And then Tom had to do a little bit of an ingenitive bit of imagination to come up with a decent restart. He got away with it though, although Chubbs did come back and get him before the end of the stints. Now, pack is all together, so we should get the notification around about now. And there we go, safety car in this lap, so Matt now should start to back up the pack. Let the safety car pull away. Now, ideally, you probably want to go on the exit of the chicane, so that's why he wants to back the pack up now. Let the car get ahead of him in the pit lane, so he can probably pull the trigger now when he wants. And I think he's gone. He has. Away goes Matman then. Matman will bring us back to the restart, and we are racing again. On lap 13 now, no DRS for 2 laps. Of course, after a safety car, so away we go, heading down towards turn 1. Anybody making a move into turn 1? Don't think anybody's close enough. No, not into turn 1. Anyway, so Matman leads us then up through the S's. And Trucker on the attack, chasing him down, P2. Katamis is there as well. He's always going to be one to watch. Doesn't have the pace to pull away in the first stint. His earlier pit stop has definitely paid dividends, because the 3 former race leaders, Chubbs, Tom and Kalsper, now find themselves in 10th, 11th and 12th. Katamis, who pitted under the last safety car, finds himself in 3rd. He's been initially in that battle for the lead. Saw the big train that he held up in the first race. There we go, heading down towards Spoon. Matman continues to lead by half a second. Over Aaron Truckett. In 3rd, Alex Pixie going well in 4th, though he hasn't pitted yet. He's the only driver yet to make a stop now. He's probably banking on at least one more safety car, which might bring everybody in. We shall see. Sioni has got Barcelona tucked in right behind him. Diego chasing him as well. He's making their way back forward. Diego's a little bit wide. He's very wide. It's the wall. And out goes Diego. The Ferrari is out of the race. Oh, and Chubbs and Cats have gone as well. Safety car deployed. What happened there to Chubbs and Cats? Have they got caught up in that as well? What happened there? There's been a crash. Yeah, I think they've been caught. I think Diego's car's come back onto the track. And Cats and Chubbs have nowhere to go. And have just collected the Ferrari. And are out of the race. Unfortunately, that's a big accident there. Linus Eakin, I think, got caught up in that as well. He got no front wing left, so he was behind them, as was Bossman. And Bossman got through all that. Linus Eakin did not. So I think that the Ferrari didn't ghost, and Cats and Chubbs just ploughed into the wrecked car. We saw him there just run wide into 130R, got out onto the runoff. Not as much grip out there, and he just spat him sideways across the track to the inside. And suddenly Cats and Chubbs find themselves out of the race as well, so Chubbs, having won the sprint race, will not be doubling up. Fortunately, huge smash. Now the safety car got out immediately, so straight up behind the safety car. Okay, just one driver pitted. He's now on the medium tyres. Third safety car of the race. We are now into the second half of the race. But unfortunately, the race being broken up by the safety car centre. Dang, I was so unlucky there. We saw him just run light onto that green AstroTurf there. Not the grip out there, unfortunately. Need to lift on that, unfortunately. I think he kept his foot in it. And it resulted in a rather large smash, which seems to have claimed the front two from the sprint race. So, safety car deployed for the third time in this one. The pack is all back together, so we should hopefully go racing fairly quickly. We're going to gamble on a cheap pit stop. I thought maybe Calspert, maybe, or Sioni might have pitted there. Get off of those hard tyres. Alex Pixie's also not taking this opportunity to pit, so on to the second half of the race, he's still ploughing on with those medium tyres. The running order is much unchanged at the front. Still Matman from Cat. No, I didn't see Cat get ahead of Aaron somewhere on the lap, so Aaron lost out to Catamese, who's now P2. Alex is still 4th, Callum now P5, going really well. Sionis P6, Barcelona P7, Calsper's 8th, and EVD Tom is 9th. So Calsper's got ahead of EVD Tom. Whether or not that was a result of the big smash that we didn't see. Bossman is P10, and Lindseyken, who got caught up in the aftermath of that because he lost his wing. Whether or not he got collected by it as well, I don't know, but he survived. And he's back on track in P11. Ooh, Lindseyken. We've seen that several drivers losing the back end there out of the hairpin. It's like a really difficult traction zone. Lindseyken there sliding the back end around. I'll put a bit of heat into those rear tyres, but not too much because we've seen before how that can a little dangerous now. Everybody is together, so the safety car should go in this lap. Again, let's see when the notification comes. Matman just opening a little bit of a gap with safety car in this lap. I've got an early notification this time, so Matman can back the pack up a bit earlier this time, rather than waiting for the last second, because it was about this point when Tom was leading the race that we got the safety car in board. Giving no real time to make a gap, so that resulted in an interesting restart. And Matman, is he going to go out the chicane again? Yes, he is. And Camis, though, is right with him. Katowice is no slouch at restarts. He's on the attack already. Matman's giving him the squeeze. Side by side down the straight. Camis momentarily ahead into the first corner. He's got all the way on the outside. He takes the front. Matman goes into the side of him, and around he goes. And Aaron hits the side of him as well. Oh, Matman was so desperate not to give the lead up, but he's got wing damage as a result. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Katowice hits the front, then he got around the outside. That's a big shame. Alex up to P. Callum's now P3. Yellow flag further back. It's Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona's gone round. Somewhere. Matman dropping down the order. That was Aaron Trucker who ploughed into the side of the spinning McLaren. He's now back at the pack up then. So Tom is stuck behind him, but Calsper got through. So your leader now capped by 1.3 seconds over Alex Pixie. And Callum as well going really well in P3. Sioni's P4. And Calsper's P5, but he's about 2 seconds back. Further back, there's EVG Tom and Aaron. Aaron's wounded Alfa Romeo. Oh dear me, I'm a little bit tight. Let's let some of the drivers go through as he makes his way back towards the pit lane. Lindseyken and Bossman finding their way through as well. And that man then letting Boston to Barcelona's had a drama somewhere as well. He's spun. On his way again, there's Academies leads by 1.1 seconds over Alex Pixie. Academies has won races before, but Alex hasn't. So there is the opportunity of a victory here. And he'll know it. Because he hasn't pitted. Alex Pixie might be hoping for another safety car here. Into the pits comes Aaron and Matman. A shame for them. Looking really strong. So yeah, Alex hasn't pitted then, so Callum is a net P2 here at the minute. Which will be his best result so far. Of course, it's still got 11 or 10 and a half laps to go. They come onto the crossover. Looking very good so far. A long way to go in this one though. Lap 17 of 27. Katami's now the race leader. Alex Pixie is second but hasn't pitted yet. So he still needs to stop. Callum is third. Sioni's fourth. Calsper closing in. EVG Tom as well closing now, having got ahead of Aaron's car. Aaron's stricken Alfa Romeo. Starting to close that gap down on Calsper. Good pace at this stage of the race. Bossman then in P7. Alan Azika's up to 8th. And Barcelona, who's span out somewhere in all of that. P9 for him at the moment. Aaron Truck at P10. Of course, he was so unlucky because Batman span ahead of him but didn't ghost, and he had nowhere to go because the McLaren was right in the middle of the track. Into the side of him. And Batman, unfortunately, what a shame for him. EVG taking the fastest lap of the race then, emphasising the pace. Meanwhile, Calsper on Sioni into turn 1. And Xovik, Sioni gone high. Oh, four-tire drift. As he gets up the track, he has just. Calsper now attacking, but Sioni just about hangs on there. That's a good job there. That's how you go side by side through turn 1. And Calsper realised he wasn't going to get the move done, so he maybe just eased off a little bit. But it's close. Sioni just hanging on around the outside. Good respectful driving between those two, and EVG Tom, having just set the fastest lap, is right in this battle now as well. Sioni seems to be the cork in the bottle here. He's Calsper at the inside into the hairpin, he is. Beer bumping wide there, EVG Tom at the inside as well. That's 2 places lost. Calsper and Tom resuming battle from earlier on in the race. Tom around the outside then off the long right-hander, but no way through, is there? Not yet. He's still trying to make the move done as they approach Spoon. Sioni's coming a little bit hot there, goes into the green runoff. Keeps it pointing the right way though. Calsper and Tom continuing to battle then. Callum in a bit of no man's land in P3, but going really well at the moment. Alex Pixie is just closing that gap down slightly to Casimi's. But has yet to pit. When does he pull the trigger? Or did he pit? In fact, he pitted on lap 1, didn't he? So he has made a pit stop. I suppose the question is then, are his tyres going to last, is the next question. EVG Tom getting the move done on Calsper with DRS into turn 1. So Tom up to 4th. So I'll take it back. Alex has stopped. Oh, has he? I'm not quite sure. Has he stopped? No, maybe he hasn't stopped. I thought he pitted on lap 1, but I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not sure. Hang on a minute, there's probably one way to find out. There we go. No, he hasn't stopped. He hasn't stopped. There we go. Right. Katami's continues to lead. Alex Pixie just over a second behind him. If he can get to within that second bracket. Not very much game on, but he still needs to pit. He'll be going onto the soft tyre, so he'll be crippled again. I imagine he'll be pitting any time now. I think the sooner he can get onto the soft tyre, the better. Unless he's holding out for another safety car. Let's get a free pit stop. Just imagine if the safety car comes out, everybody will stop for tyres. We've seen how critical soft, fresh rubber can be on this year's game. Or last year's game now. Yeah, here he comes. So in comes Alex Pixie from P2. That releases Callum then momentarily into P2. However, EVG Tom go round the outside of him. And he's about to get swallowed up by Calsper as well, I think, with the DRS. So Callum momentarily was P2. Unfortunately, finds himself P4. A split second later, Tom and Calsper sweep by now. Can they hunt down the race leader? Pixie then is on his way again. He's out in P9, so he's behind his teammate. A lot of clear track now. What can he do in the remaining 8 laps of this race? The safety car might bring him into contention now if he can start putting some quick laps together. Barcelona making a move on Linus Zeeken, who is... There he is. So maybe a little bit wide. Barcelona back up to P7, and we had a spin. A bit of a... not been at his absolute best tonight, Barcelona. After the missed opportunity at the restart, at the sprint race, had a poor start in the sprint race, got swallowed up into the pack, and that left him part of the battles that saw him got a bit of damage and slipped down the order. Had some strife in this one as well, so been in trouble, but recovering good points now. His next target is the other Aston Martin of Sioni, who's on the back of Bossman. Bossman's on the back of Callum now. Callum's still going really well, P4. That'll be his best result if he can hang on to it. Now, lead battle. 3.8 now is the gap between Catamese in first and EVG Tom in second. Cal Spur still tucked in behind. Further back, Bossman goes down the inside of Callum into turn 1, and that is P4 for the Red Bull man. Good recovery from him because he did have some dramas earlier in this race. Let's come back to him. And getting a sustained period of running and keeping an eye on that lead gap down to 3.5 seconds now. So EVG Tom's about to take a few tenths, but he's a bit more. Oh, Lezika's gone. Where has he gone? There he's in the wall, and what are we going to get for that? Just yellow flags at the moment. Still just yellow flags. It looks as if no safety car is coming, no VSC coming either. So, yeah. Good evening, Mr. Unsafe Release. How are you, my friend? Into the hairpin he goes. But yeah, no. Oh, no! No! Oh, Alex into the wall. Again, another one we saw there with dramas out of the hairpin. Just low traction on the back end, just getting loose. All the VSC's now being deployed. So Alex has brought out the VSC. Now, what happens here? Does Cat pit on the lead on the hard tyre? What does he do? What does he do? He goes round. What's Tom going to do? Is he going to gamble on tyres? No, he's not. What about Calspur? No. What about Bossman? No. Callum is going to gamble on some fresh tyres. So is Sioni. Barcelona's going to go through. Oh, Alex Pixie there. Oh, what a shame. No front wing, unfortunately, on that car. And Aaron and Mattman, I think we're hoping for a full safety car to bring them back into contention for their earlier dramas. And so gap is down a little bit then. I don't know if that's just the ebb and flow under the BSC. Down to 2.5 seconds. We are racing again then, and away we go. Cartami's lead is down to 2.2 seconds, and so he's lost out some time there under that VSC. And the tyre is just cooling down. EVG Tom, he does have a penalty though, for track limits I believe. So, yeah, 3-second penalty, so he'll need to catch Cat, he'll need to pass Cat and then pull away from Cat as well. So Cat's still on for this one, but Calsper coming with EVG Tom. We've seen him put one forceful move on Catamese already tonight. I don't think he'll be afraid to do another. Callum is back at P6. Hasn't made that pit stop. Barcelona now finds himself in P5, so looking very good for him. No DRS for Calsper at the moment. He's outside of the DRS range of EVG Tom. The gap now down to 2 points. Well, now back up a little bit actually. It's gone up to 2.4. Was 2.2. So Catamese has pulled up a couple of tenths back on AlphaTauri. Bossman having a solid run so far. Barcelona now just looking into points as people gambled around him, namely Callum and Sioni. He's off of you again. Into the hairpin we go. GPS is sweeping around through Dunlop. A few accidents here tonight. In Into the Degners. Degner a little bit wide there, off the curb, but gets away with it. Better line through Degner too. Under the bridge. And heading up towards the hairpin. Now this has been a place of some drama tonight. We've seen a couple of people have actually. We just saw Alex have a drama. It's just a rotation. There seems to be a slight undulation on the outside there that just seems to make the back end go light, and we've seen a couple of people have spins. Saw Diego crash out there in the sprint race, and there goes. We saw Alex just have a moment a couple of laps ago. At the same place, out Spoon corner then. I'll stand there for the Aston Martin, heading up the hill. Heading now towards 130R. No lift through there. In into the chicane we go. I think some of is just closing in a little bit on Callum. And the battle for P6 is slowly coming together. The battle for the lead down to 2 seconds now, or under 2 seconds. Tom has been caught by Calspur as well, so Calspur's now within DRS range, so that's a little bit of extra motivation for Tom to get the hurry on. Snapman taking the fastest lap of the race there, emphasising his pace. He will be kicking himself for that. But what happened at turn 1 after that safety car restart? He could have got Alex Pixie then slowed just behind and takes the fastest lap away on those soft tyres. So he's now flying. It might have been for him. Now 1.6 seconds. So Tom is getting the hammer down. He's bridging that gap finally. Calspur's coming with him. So are we going to see a battle for the lead at the end here? Oh, Tom has a big slide there, trying to get the power down out the chicane. Cost him a little bit of time there, like half a tenth. That just goes back up to 1.7 seconds. Calspur closing in with DRS. I think he'll be happy to get pulled along for now. He's even getting closer to the race leader. The gap is now up to 1.8 again. Cat has pulled away a couple of tenths. Calspur now right on the back of EVG Tom. Now he will jump EVG Tom because he does have that penalty. Done up there. See him using that curve on the outside. I wonder if that's what paid to Daft Chip. Tom now on the grass. Just getting tear on the grass there through the Degners. The gap's down to 1.1. Cass had a moment somewhere there. He's lost about over half a second, and suddenly EVG Tom is almost there. He's now right on the cusp of DRS with 2.5 laps to go. We might yet see a battle for the lead in the closing stages here. Heading up towards Spoon for lap 25 of 27. Bringing in. Just cruising onto the back now of the Haas. The Haas pulling away a little bit there, but now better launch off the corner. Cat straight line speed though, evident once again. Pulling away down the straight there. Calspur getting dragged along. We could look into something here. See Cat straight line speed though. That gap got up to 1.4. So it was a second coming off a Spoon. It's 1.4 by the time they get through 130R. So Cat's pulled nearly half a second down that straight there. So running lower wings clearly. You can see there through the cut slow stuff that Tom has brought that gap down again to 1.2. Calspur closes in, but not going to be close enough again. But this seems to be the sector where we should see the difference. Let's have a look now at what's going on here between Callum and Sioni. Meanwhile, fouls on slowly down the inside into the braking zone for the chicane, and through goes the Aston Martin. Mercedes-Benz sees him coming. Slots in behind then. Can he come back at him? He'll have DRS, so he might have an opportunity to one here. He hasn't opened the wing. Interestingly. So, he doesn't open the rear wing then, so Sun's got the move done. Up to P6 for the Aston Martin, man. Good job. Offload in a bit of no man's land. Bossman as well. And so the Bossman's not too far behind, so there might be a battle yet, but EVG Tom is now in DRS range of Casami's. 1 and a bit laps to go. Heading up towards Spoon corner. We've got 1.5 seconds covering the front three. With just over a lap to go. See the gap Katowice pulls down that straight. We always joke that he runs 1-1 wings, and I think it might be true. You see how much time he just pulled away there from the AlphaTauri down the straight, but through the chicane. He loses some of it. Oh, Kalsper with a penalty. Oh, Kalsper with a penalty. So that evens it up between these two. And in the final lap, you think now that he might have fancied a move, but now he has to get the move done if he wants to get P2. All of that is definitely how Katamese now. Now the both drivers behind him have penalties, then, so he's not under any immediate threat from behind. Provided he can just keep it on the track for this final lap, then. The decision to put the hard tyres on under that first safety car has proved to be absolutely golden. And he snatched away the lead away from Matman at the second safety car restart. And he has not looked back since then into the hairpin for the final time. Tom and Kalsper closing in even some more. Barcelona's now right with Bossman as well. Keep an eye on that gap as they head round then. Up towards Spoon Corner for the final time. Katamese ahead of Tom, ahead of Kalsper. Well, doesn't seem to be close enough for a move. Barcelona's closer on Bossman. They approach Spoon, but Bossman covers the middle of the road, approaching the corner, no way through. Still might be a chance for a move into 130R. What's going on up front? Katamese is just dragging away the straight line again. That has got so much straight line speed. Into 130R we go for the final time. Into the chicane for the final time then. Nobody close enough for a move. Is Bossman under threat from Barcelona? Not yet. No move then into the final chicane. Katamese will win the Japanese Grand Prix. The penultimate round of the season. EBG Tom second, Kalsper third. Bossman's got a hold of Barcelona. He takes a big stride then towards the championship. And if his rival doesn't turn up next week, that is probably championship confirmed for Barcelona. So then through the chicane. Solid job from him in this one. He'll come away with a P6. A solid result for him. Well done. Callum P7. Could have been on for a podium at one point. Gambled on some fresh tyres at the end. It doesn't quite pay off, unfortunately. Aaron Chucker, big shame for him. He was on for a strong result until he ran into a sideways McLaren at the exit of turn 2. Matman, so unlucky. He had really good pace in that one. P9 for him. And oh dear me, big bump there. Almost catches out Alex Pixie on the final run. Again, another one had a great pace in that one. Strategy just didn't pay off for him, unfortunately. Just a P10 for the Williams man. Bossman gets the driver of the day. For the Red Bull man. A really good job. Just misses out on the podium. Katamese then taking a victory here in Japan. EVG Tom and Kalsper joining him on the podium in the main race. A third and a first tonight. Good night's work for the Hazman. So there's some dramas in the opening sprint race, but fall back well. I think I'll be quite happy with that P2. And Kalsper had a great sprint race. Came home P4, sandwiches P3 in that one. The victory then going the way of Katamese, EVG Tom and Kalsper rounding off the podium. Bossman finishes P4. Barcelona comes back to P5, having had that spin. Bossman with 3 pit stops. Still finishes P4. He was on intermediate tyres at one point in that race, remember. So it's always a nice Sione. Good job for him in P6. Callum P7, Aaron P8, Matman P9, and Alex Pixie the final finisher in 10th. The retirements of Linazika we saw in the wall. The S's Chubbs and Cats, I think, got caught up by the accident that happened to Diego on the exit of 130R. Zero Tau, another one who went off in the S's Zombie, unfortunately, just struggled a little bit with the handling of the car tonight. He returned on the pit lane, and Daft Shit was the first retirement once again at the Dunlop corner. And that's it then, 11 races down and now just 1 week to go. We round off season 19 and round off F1 2021 at the Red Bull Ring. So please do join us next week at 8 o'clock as we crown our season 19 Div 2 champion. If it wasn't already confirmed, I believe it is now, that we have Constructors champions going the way of Barcelona and Alex Pixie of Williams. So congratulations to those two. If it wasn't already confirmed, I think it is now. And that's it then for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. And we will see you next week for the final round of the championship from the Red Bull Ring. But from me for this evening, good evening and goodbye.